Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bakersfield Speedway. As Hurricane Hillary has come to the races with us.
Luckily, not completely.
What? I put myself in a corner.
You sure did. Good luck.
How do I back myself out of it?
No, you have lost reverse gear, my friend. I mean,
she hasn't sprayed on us, thankfully. And it looks like
we're 45 seconds in the broadcast, and that's how we're opening things. She hasn't sprayed on us.
Yeah. And I think per the forecast, we should be good. Oh, boy. Well, I've already started our low-budget TV coverage. I'm Tommy Mason, who makes bad jokes alongside Jeffrey Best, and here we are.
Yes.
Mike Moshier Classic, Jeffrey. Unfortunate that we're having this race in Mike's honor because we miss Mike every weekend, but more so this time of year, purely because this is the time of year that we lost Mike due to cancer. But what a great, probably one of the best announcers that I've ever got to know at a racetrack. And we have our favorites everywhere, but especially here at Bakersfield Speedway, the greatest.
Yeah, clearly a massive inspiration for us as far as on the announcing side of things.
I feel like, and I've said this before, and so I'm going to say it again, I feel like he was solely the one to give us that inspiration to let us be ourselves, because that's how he did things.
Yeah, Mike, like you said, Mike was just an incredible individual. Everyone here at the track loved him. He was part of the family. Everyone was part of his family. He was somebody that you walk through the pits. He watched a lot of these race car drivers grow up, from little children up into the race car drivers that they are, some of them parents now. And Mike Moshier was just somebody who always lit up any part of the track that he was at, whether it was in the booth, on the racetrack, in the pit area. You knew Mike Moshier was around, always ready to tell a story, always ready for a conversation. And again, one of the more unique announcers that we've encountered in our days, and just really a phenomenal talent with everything that he brought to the racetrack, and really made this place the place that we fell in love with here at Bakersfield Speedway.
So I feel like we were very fortunate in our time to come to Bakersfield Speedway when we did. We missed all the historic stuff 60 or so years before it. But when we started arriving to this Bakersfield Speedway, which was probably around really 2008, sporadically until almost full-time in 2012, there was another announcer that worked alongside Mike. He's since gone to a different racetrack, but Steve Hughes and Mike Moshier were a great pair of announcers that worked so well together here at Bakersfield Speedway. As we're going to miss Mike Moshier, but in his honor, we're going to get to racing.
Yep. And his memory will live on. As we get ready for the heat races here at Bakersfield Speedway, heat race number 1, it is the Hobby Stocks on the racetrack with the 172 of Tyler Irwin, who gave us the heads up that, hey, this car might be a little aggressive tonight. Green flag. 14R of Jim Reed in the second spot. A great start for Tyler Irwin. Dipping below him, Kevin Irwin in the number 2, getting a little bumper tap from the 91C of Marcus Wonkum. Wonkum throws it through turns 3 and 4, moves up to the second position.
That was a good move, but what did it cost on exit?
He'll take it. He'll be happy with it. Other cars battling further back. Vigna Anthony. Maybe Anthony Vigna in the 54. 13 going way wide, clipping the wall right where we put a camera.
Yep.
That is Casey Johnson. Now, per my timing and scoring, I do have the 54 listed as Vigna Anthony.
That sounds backwards to me, but we can go with it. Why not?
Now, if you are the parents of Vigna Anthony, and that is the name that you chose, it's cool. I just haven't ever heard that name before, but I've certainly heard Anthony as a first name before.
Yeah.
All the heat races you'll be seeing here tonight at Bakersfield Speedway, 8 laps in duration.
Hang on to it, Tyler. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yes, Tyler is hanging on to it in spot number 1.
Tyler's doing no no bobbles. He's running up front, running well.
Has a solid lead over Wonkum, and then the battle for third is where it's at, as it is Kevin Irwin. Vigna is losing his hood. That's how race cars show a little aggression.
Yeah.
When dogs show their teeth, race cars showing the underneath of the hood. And we're going to get more of it. That is Casey Johnson going for the spin over in turns 3 and 4.
And
around goes Wonkum. So that's 2 spins, and the caution will come out. And as the yellow came out, I thought I almost saw some smoke coming out of
I saw that.
the Irwin 172. I do see smoke coming out of the Irwin 172. And he's pulling. No, I thought he was pulling off the track.
So Casey goes around. Wonkum spun during the technical caution, but your leader, like you said, Jeffrey, is smoking.
I smell oil.
I do too. Not what you want as you lead, but not especially at the beginning of the night. Like the very first race of the day.
Yeah. A little early to have those issues, but hey, issues will arise whenever they want. Just look at Tommy and I.
Yes, we have our issues, and they arise quite often.
Just like your hurricane thing, I'm not even going to. So, lap number 6 is on the board. That means we have 2 laps to go. We hope you're all cozy and ready to go here for a night of racing at Bakersfield Speedway. If this is your first time joining us, welcome.
Hopefully, if you are watching from anywhere Hurricane Hillary is and laying down some rain, hopefully all is well and okay, because Jeffrey, you and I get to drive home in it.
Yeah, we do. Green flag back in the air. 2-lap shootout to the finish. Two heats for the hobby stocks. And you were getting ready to say something.
I was going to say, Wonkum is going to make a challenge again for the lead, but he's pushing.
Are these two going to hit again out of turn number 4? We're white flag, and I just want to watch whatever happens between these two. Because Vigna Anthony has been hit twice. Well, once, I should say. Once by Casey Johnson.
Now it's Anthony's turn.
Now, there is a name on the door.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Checkered flag waves, and these two keep it to, of course, he's going to peel off.
Oh, don't do it.
Well, congrats to Tyler Irwin, as he led every lap in that heat race. I couldn't leave that battle for last because they were definitely the more exciting battle of the night.
Sorry. We don't make the rules.
But there's a good look at your winning heat race competitor and hobby stock heat number 1.
Oil.
Still smoking.
Oil smoking. Oh, rivalry.
Yeah.
The Irwins. No, I think they're okay.
All righty. Heat number 2 rolling on to the track.
We're going to have some Mike Moshier stories all night long.
Yes.
I think one of the first memories I'll ever have of Mike Moshier that I can think of, that like I knew Mike Moshier was Mike Moshier. Tom and I were here. I think we might have just been in the grandstands at the time. And you turned to me, and I'll never forget when you were like, Jeffrey, the announcer's leg just fell off.
I did say that, yeah.
And I was concerned.
It's a concerning thing.
You know, when the leg just falls off.
Now, fast forward many, many years from there, apparently there was a party involving your Bakersfield Speedway family and staff, and Mike apparently took it as an opportunity to drink out from his leg, his prosthetic leg, in front of all of his family and friends.
Yeah, luckily it was just the prosthetic leg that had fallen off at the time. As anyone that works dirt tracks know, that clay or mud can get sticky.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I guess, pulled it right off. And the best part is when you told me this, I expected to look down and just see a gruesome scene.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, Mike was just laughing.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Uh-huh. All right, well, look at this lineup. Justin Toohey in the 99 this weekend. alongside the 1N of Nicholas Johnson. That's row 1. Row 2, the 26S of Stephen Johnson, C4 James Cornelius, Rick Henderson in the 119, and Rick Childress in the 44. We are green.
Looks like we're already hitting. Now, was that the fastest Don Mead restart or start you've ever seen?
That is, and they're the reason, because Don Mead's not racing that car tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Justin Toohey is.
See.
Do we have a flat tire? No? But we're about to. We got a bumper.
Yeah.
We got a bumper falling off. Toohey sliding up across the nose of the 44 of Childress. You can see the bumper about to fall off.
If you're Childress, do you do everything you can to not follow directly behind that?
You do. But sometimes they're right in your lane when you need them to not be. Childress going to feed him the bumper on the rear bumper.
I think everybody knows that there's a hurricane on the way because we are stirring things up on the track. Battle for second.
Yeah, so Johnson in the 26 and the C4 of Cornelius battling for second. Meanwhile, the 1N Nicholas Johnson, he gone out to a 5-car length lead. Stephen Johnson goes to second, and Childress is closing in. So we might see a battle for third here
soon. I think we've lost a bumper. No, it's still there. I don't know what the yellow's for. They gave the mechanical black to the 99.
Maybe they just figured it's better to throw it now.
4 laps after it happened?
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
don't think so?
I feel like it was you're going to do it earlier or you're just not going to do it.
Maybe one of our cameras fell onto the track.
That is more likely. That bumper needs therapy.
Got to hang on. Help is on its way. It'll get there as fast as it can.
They got their money out of that one bolt, though.
I'll never forget.
He's not pulling off either.
I'll never forget being on a cruise ship and hearing that song.
Which one?
Hang on, help is on the way.
Oh, well, yeah. Can you give the full context of that story?
Basically, I was on a cruise ship on a vacation, and I was flipping through the TV channels, which there was 13 of them at the time, and one of them was like an onboard camera.
Yeah.
And you just see the ocean out ahead and the beautiful blue sky. And they play a radio, like music underneath, a looping playlist. And I heard that song, and it's almost like watching there's Toohey leaving the track. It's almost like it's a song playing on a cruise ship, a rescue type song. It's almost like watching a bad or a not good ending airplane movie in the airplane while you're flying to your destination. It just...
Help is on the way. Yeah, it sounds like you're waiting for your life raft.
I'm just like, here we go, boys and girls.
We're throwing out the donut off the side.
We are doing a live looking, by the way.
What?
We sure are. If anybody's scrolling through Facebook, yes, we are racing at Bakersfield Speedway in the face of Hurricane Hillary.
That's right. No hurricane gonna stop us. Get out of here, rain. Get out of here, Hillary.
Now,
I mean, Hillary's on its way.
Yeah.
We are going to be umbrella-ing the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And that is a verb. Look it up. If it's not there, then you just have a bad dictionary.
Did you end up getting any rain prevention, like sandbags, or because I didn't, and I'm on the bottom first floor of my apartment complex.
No, I did not.
But my wife, she's got a kayak. So worst case, we'll be all right. We just float on down. Yeah.
You'll be swimming.
We'll all float on. All right.
All right.
Now, where'd you go? You sound like you're distant.
I'm in the hallway. The back of the hallway.
Well, we're gonna get racing here. You should come up and get to work.
All right, I'm back.
All right, there he is. And we're green. So Rick Childress coming to that caution was closing in on Cornelius. He might be able to make it up to third. And he's looking. To the outside he goes.
We'll be curious to see, because of the weather, what kind of track we get. It's a little bit more humid than usual. So some moisture in the air. How will that affect the track and the moisture in the track? But it was hot today.
Yeah.
It was a bit strange. On our way here, we were sitting in 108-degree weather.
Right.
Right now, it's, what would you guess, like high 70s? And a lot of wind.
I could look right now, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Battle for third.
Oh, there it is. And look at the door. Cornelius.
Wow,
that slight impact hit it in the right spot, and now they've got body work to do.
Hang on. Help is on the way.
It is currently 88 degrees.
Oh! Cornelius has climbed the wall.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do either. Checkered flag for Nicholas Johnson.
I'm sorry, Nicholas. I couldn't.
And we got a flat for the 119 of Henderson. All Hillary is breaking loose.
I just wonder if, like, in a couple years from now, we're going to watch back at this and be like, I don't get the joke.
This is a very historic event, by the way, that we're going through.
Yeah. I love that it's during the live look-in that I, admittedly realized that, yeah, we could watch the leader cross the line taking the checkered, or I could watch Cornelius climb the wall taking the checkered.
I think it's worthy of a...
You support my decision.
I'm trying to see when the last time California has ever been in the path of a hurricane. I believe it was 1920s. First time in 84 years. Wasn't that in the Titanic? It's been 84 years.
I was going to ask, was that supposed to be a Titanic quote?
Is that the amount of years?
It's been 84 years, yeah.
So where is she right now?
Smelling the fresh paint. I mean, if we're being honest, she's probably smelling the fresh dirt.
Oh.
Now. She's old. She lived a good life. According to the movie.
See if I can get this in time.
Taking her to rest.
Is this very odd or no?
No.
No.
Is this part coming up, or am I never going to get to it?
You chose a long scene.
Did I? 3 minutes. Oh, I'm going to screw it up, am I?
It's been 84 years.
There it is. She said it.
I'm pretty sure that you could have just found a soundbite.
I couldn't.
Instead, we start with her going,
She's crying. Well, it's been 84 years since we've had a hurricane on the California side.
So that means that we had a hurricane, and then 6 years later they said we should build a racetrack in Bakersfield.
That's right. They were like, you know what? This historic event caused a perfect bowl called the Okie Bowl.
And on the Okie Bowl, we have 6 of our IMCA Northern Sport mods.
Wouldn't we have it? Number 184 to start us off.
It's all coming together. That is Riley Jepson in the number 184. Joey Claiborne on the outside in the 89 JC. 88C is Austin Ruskoff. 18C, Chris McKellar. 68, Billy Simpkins. And the 15F of Matthew Frazier.
Good old Matt Frazier.
The lights are on.
I think your dad's watching the stream while he's sitting here. And that part might be coming up.
Yeah, look at him. He's watching our watching us on Facebook.
There it is.
He's probably commenting.
I love it. Am I still hearing on the phone, by the way, Titanic? I was like, what's that parade music?
I don't know how to turn this off. All right, green flag, 8 laps. Here
Look
goes
at-
McKellar on the
Yeah.
outside.
Making a run for it. And to the lead he goes.
Frazier going to try and follow through on that outside line. Didn't work out as much for Frazier. Battle for second. Okay, I thought the 89 JC was going to loop it. 3 wide in the back. Frazier goes around on the outside. Simpkins on the inside. And a not good corner for Joey Claiborne. Battle for third into turn number 1. That's Ruskoff on the outside. Simpkins working the inner liner.
The interstate.
Three laps in, 5 laps to go. McKellar with a big lead over Jepson. The battle for third, still the one to watch. Ruskoff working that outside line, and the 88. The 68 is Simpkins.
And they're got up to the rear bumper for second.
There's just a nice range of color in that battle.
Yeah.
Yellow, greens, reds.
And
Black.
McKellar is gone.
6 laps in, it'll be 2 laps to go. White flag will fly for McKellar this time by as he continues to pull away from second place. The battle for third still to be determined as McKellar takes the white. So McKellar going to come out of turn number 4, take the victory. In heat race number 1 for the IMCA Northern Sport Mods, it'll be Jefferson and Simpkins. The top 3 with Ruskoff, Frazier, and Claiborne.
Well, McKellar did not show the ace up his sleeve, I don't think. I think he just kind of ran a decent race, went from the back to the front immediately, and, you know, we'll see if they can tweak on this car and make it better.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing for McKellar, but I'm sure they'll see if they could fix that car up.
Dang, that was a run.
Yeah.
He literally, I think, took the lead down the back straightaway.
Yep, and then won by a straightaway. So now, the beauty of dirt track racing is what's good now might not be good later.
Yep.
So, but McKellar and that team, a smart bunch. They'll be ready to compete later on tonight. McKellar early on showing that he's won to battle. I thought you still had Titanic playing on that, but I realized that's us.
That's us.
All right, you and I have been part of, and maybe this is a sore subject for something like the Titanic, because we know the Titanic obviously ended up being a tragic event.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
But I was going to say, do, aquatic demolition derbies exist?
You know, I always thought that there should be because they scrap boats.
Yeah.
And typically, in the automotive world, you scrap vehicles. The perfect way to let them go out in style is to put them out to pasture by crashing into them. What if we had a cruise ship demolition derby?
What if? Now, there is another side to this, by the way. For anyone that's never looked it up or seen it, at some point, look up a cruise ship graveyard or just ship graveyard.
Yeah.
These things look like something out of a dream. It's like you're seeing the sequel to Inception with the stuff where they park these gigantic
Don't they
ships,
run them into the ground?
cargo ship, yeah. And then they just sit there or maybe scrap them, and it's so weird that this is how some of these ships just meet their end.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, you realize it's like, well, what else are they going to do with these things? In regards to, it's not like you could just throw it in the recycle bin.
And I mean, and a lot of those cruise ships or retired vessels or even vehicles to these days all have the same story. If you can't get through smog, then you just got to crush them.
Yeah, a lot of those big ships nowadays, some of the older ones have had issues with their catalytic converters getting stolen. sometimes when they're parked at like a local Walmart.
It's getting obnoxious.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of obnoxious, we've got SportMod heat number 2 on the racetrack.
That's obnoxious.
And in this one, we have Ryan Olds in the number 1R, the 62 of Tate Loftus, 96 of Brock Crawford inside of row number 2, alongside the 22J of Andrew Johnston in your final row, the 70 of John McKinley, and the 13 or M13 of Nick Kaufman. Now, I do want to point out that McKinley, the last time we saw him, he had no graphics on his roof. The best case scenario for him is to not order graphics until after this event, because you don't even need a roof. We're going topless tonight.
So, Tom and I got to know this track real good starting in 2012. And we had come out as, just purely fans coming out prior to that. And Tommy told me, I'll never forget the first time he told me that it's topless night at Bakersfield Speedway. And I had a few ideas in my mind of what that meant. And I didn't realize any of them had to do with a race car being topless.
Yeah. That's the usual go-to.
I thought maybe like that was, the way for some fans to maybe get a discounted ticket. Because, hey, if you come in, I don't know. I didn't know what I thought. But I also was like, I didn't know what kind of people we were going to see topless. And then Tommy's like, what are you talking about?
And to go along with your point, it gets warm in August in Bakersfield.
It does.
It might be better to take the top off.
So,
which is what we're doing tonight.
I had a vast misunderstanding of what it meant to have a topless night at Bakersfield Speedway until I got here and saw the cars and went, oh. Because I was really trying to figure out, like, the legal side of how this works. It's like, can they do that? Is that allowed? And they can. I've learned you can legally take the tops off of cars. Ha, ha, ha. So, topless night, Bakersfield Speedway.
Here we go. Lights out as the leaders cross the line now, and we're going to go green next time by for heat number 2 for the IMCA Northern SportMods.
I'm assuming that, like, if we ever go to, like, a topless bar, it just means the tops of the tables aren't there, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, we should do that tonight.
No caps on your drinks.
Yeah.
Here we go. Olds and Loftus bringing the field to green. Well, let's go racing round and round. Who's going to be the best in town, as Mike would say.
Yes, he would. Mike liked to sing.
Oh, okay. Well, Kaufman made sure that he was going to spin and spin it fast. I honestly thought he had a tire down or something, the way that thing snapped around. Which, thankfully, he didn't, because that thing would have grabbed. So Kaufman with a spin brings out the caution. And that's Loftus. That'll bring the field back around.
The thing I never could figure out about Mike Moshier singing was if he had set lyrics for it.
I think he just made it up. Improv.
Or if he just, like you said, made it up.
I think so.
We're going to race in the wind. Who's going to get the win? We're going to find out really soon. I don't even see the moon.
Yeah,
we
that
have
sounds
clouds
right.
in the sky. I can see them with my eye.
We got some weird clouds because it's like gray above us and then blue out there.
Hopefully it doesn't rain because my race wants to see my brain. I messed the last one up.
Yeah.
My brain wants to see racing is what I. Someday I'll get it. Someday I'll improv my way into this world.
Yeah, one day.
Mike would have been like a good one for like Who's Line. Like imagine I could see him just absolutely nailing like a hoedown, right?
Yeah. Some would say he's knocked a few others. Here we go. Oh, look at the high line for the 22J.
That made me nervous.
Yeah. that hook could, and okay, well, we can still make contact. All right, well, Olds does not like that restart because he's fighting for the third spot. And he's going to lose it. McKinley and Kaufman again around.
This might be a 2 and you're through for Kaufman.
Kaufman has a GoPro on the car.
And Kaufman is pulling off. That's the driver who went to the driver's meeting right there.
That is.
Let's see, what other drivers can we find here?
Who's over there? I see the Sandman. I see the Simpkins. I see that we're going green this time by.
No way.
We are.
I think Kaufman's doing a burnout in the pits.
Yeah. Green, green, green. Battle is for second. McKinley not shying away from the battle. He's moving forward. Working the low side, everybody else up high. That might be the line to choose right now. It's always said in the past that you are a showman. You are a, quote, real driver. When you work the outside, up by the wall.
Not that high.
That's a lot. Wow, that's a whole lot. I mean, that's everything. Olds scraping the wall up ahead of him. Johnston practically shed the whole race car, and it didn't even come with a roof. White flag is out. Olds around. McKinley to second. Wow. Out of turn number 4, Loftus coming to the checkered flag. And either some is bent on the suspension for Johnston, or this is absolute proof that Arrow is everything. Because he has not made a corner since.
With all the wind blowing around, we are smelling every aspect of Bakersfield.
Yeah, we are.
Like now I just smell soil. Maybe manure. A bit of a mixture. Now I smell garbage. Well, that car came apart.
Yeah, it did. That was a big old coming apart.
So I want everybody in on the suspense of this here. If you look over in this corner, we have a wall camera, or at least had one. There it is. Right there. If at any point tonight we talk about a car hitting the wall over here, you could join us in wondering if this camera is going to exist. In fact, Tommy, we're on Facebook, right?
We are.
So why don't we ask the folks, do you think this camera will survive or will not survive? You can see how close they're getting to it.
I don't think it will. Yeah, make your best guess. Turn 3 and 4 camera. Will it survive or not?
I'm going with I think we're going to get lucky tonight.
You think so? I'm typically
And
the
luck,
one.
Luck will be part of it if this camera's to survive. Well, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Please.
Please.
I'll take it.
Please, and you're welcome.
So in this one, the 33 of Cale Kankey and the 04 of Austin Manzella, the 74 of Levi Kiefer, and the 51 of Jason Bannister, and rounding out the field, the number 9 of Chase Elliott.
Did you say Kilkenky was in the 33?
I did.
And that Austin Mansell is in the 04?
I did.
Did you mention that Levi Kiefer's in the 74?
Yes.
Tyler Bannister in the 51?
Of course. Wait. Tyler?
Yeah, baby. I figured you'd get at least one wrong. Tyler Bannister in the 51. That's not me doubting you. I was more impressed. And then the 99B of Paul Brown, which apparently has a 9.
I thought that was Chase Elliott.
No.
My bad.
Green flag. Bannister outside, turn number 2.
I will throw a fit if the 151 comes out and it's Jason. Next heat race.
Yeah. Well, this is the last heat race, so.
All right, well, maybe Pops is on a vacation himself. Good battle up front for the lead, side by side, 2 lanes deep.
Kiefer just taking over the spot, the 33 of Kanky. Trying to get back to him. Still Bannister riding the high end, highest of any driver on track. Lowest of any driver is the 04 of Manzella.
Kiefer picked up the victory last race out 2 weeks ago. Cale Kanky was not in attendance.
I think Manzella has a broken left front.
I think you are right. Battle is for second. I'll get to Manzella in a moment. Got to see this one play out.
So Kanky utilizing the higher line. Bannister was way up high earlier. Now he.
Yeah, Manzella is broken.
More than likely clipped a tractor tire. And we have one around in turn 4. And no, there we go. Caution is out. Paul Brown spins it out with his britches upside down.
Paul Brown in the 9B.
Look at Manzella down the front straightaway, has to turn the wheel.
Right.
We'll see if it happens again. The left front is grabbing in a way that we don't often see with these cars under caution.
They're arguing.
Where, yeah, he almost got driven into another tractor tire. 2 laps to go in this race, 6 laps complete. As Levi Kiefer leads over Cale Kanky in the 33. Cale, just a week ago, was out in Colorado racing at CNS.
CNS, Colorado National Speedway. All right, watch these front tires.
Yeah, let's see what happens this time. You're going to start seeing the right front just turning more and more toward the wall as the car walks. It's like, no. Work with
You got to, as I've heard in a movie before, you've got to go right to turn straight.
What movie was that?
A Lightning McQueen knockoff. It was just called Lightning McQueen.
Cargo?
Cargo racing.
There is a Cars knockoff called Cargo.
Really? Cargo fast. Manzella trying to take the wall.
He's trying to finish the heat. Battle for second.
White flag, final lap. Levi Kiefer's just got 2 more corners until he can call himself a heat. And he's going to do it.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Levi Kiefer has won a heat race at Bakersfield Speedway. That was not his first heat race win. But the setup you had there made me think maybe it was.
I feel like Manzella did about 20 years worth of steering in that one heat race.
Yeah, he that left front was grabbing more than we usually see a broken left front grab, and he was having a rough time with it.
All right, Trevor. I'm looking for those of you who want to join us all night, www.lowbudget.tv, or if you're a subscriber to the weekly racing action here at Bakersfield Speedway, you have already known where to go all
Tommy,
year.
look at the pit exit.
BakersfieldSpeedway.tv is that website. So either way, join us for the remainder of the night.
Don't be like Austin Manzella right now and stuck without being able to see the racetrack.
The correct answer is to not park at the fork. Just make a decision. And we hope that that decision is to join us live the remainder of the night on Low Budget TV. trying.
I'm going to move around you.
Please do.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I saw that coming. You are like an elephant in a, I guess they say bull in a china shop, but I was trying to think more like you got the big feet.
I've got, yeah.
I'm losing. You're like Bigfoot. It is.
It is.
Well, we'll continue to watch this cleanup.
We're
American stocks.
We're going to need a full-on tow truck for this, and Kiefer can't get to the ice chest right now.
No, he cannot. No, he cannot. I was, Tommy was handing me his phone with the timing and scoring.
Yeah.
You got a nice little text message recently.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did. Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's numbers.
Numbers are good.
Nate wanted to respond with an answer. He goes, man, I'd love to help at the 3-hour. I miss it. I truly do. And the Speedrome, it's such a cool little track.
You know, I appreciate Nate saying that, and
I think he legitimately thought that we were like, what the heck?
No,
are you doing,
I was gonna say I think it's great that he says those words, and you know, as he knows, actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
So can't wait to see him.
Don't think about it, be about it.
Well, the lights are on, but we do have a new division on track. It is the division that. Look at this. Oh, I love how the water shut off just as I pan down to it. I was going to say, it's nice that the water truck is doing what Mother Nature is about.
Yep. You got to keep it, got to keep Mother Nature honest. And sometimes, if you want the job done right, you got to do it yourself.
So, we have American stocks.
4 full heat races
yeah.
for the American stock. So let me get you through the first one on the starting lineup. The number 28C of Brooks Simmental and the 22J of Andrew Johnston, who is not in this. But we've got the 74 of Cody Sly, the 69X of Tyler Weeks, 8 of Tori Severson, and the 15D of Dakota Brown. I think Johnston might be busy with that sport mod, putting it back together. 3-car battle for second. Not a surprise to see the 15D of Brown working forward. Simmental down low.
I like a bunch of different variations of like number schemes, paint schemes, and all that. The 69 has a Bakersfield feel to me. That thing looks like I was watching a race at Mesa Moran.
Yep.
But I really like, I just like the numbers on this 28.
Yeah, it's got a sporty look to it.
Yeah.
But you can't miss the numbers either. It's not like super narrow.
Yeah, they chose the right size numbers for that car. It's just well proportioned.
Well, Brooke will be happy to hear the compliment when she goes home and watches it on BakersfieldSpeedway.tv. Cody Sly, remember, Jeffrey, 2 weeks ago we saw the American stocks. We were here as the announcers, and we saw Cody Sly struggle to hold on to that points lead and spin out and basically DNF out of the race. He fell multiple laps down with a flat tire at the end of the race.
Go to Brown, clipping the wall, aiming for our camera.
Sparks will fly. Battle for third. Simmental up high, and the 69 of Weeks down low. 69X, for those of you wanting me to be literal.
I think it's a gift that the American stocks have the biggest field tonight.
Yeah, and this is, you know, I always say this. When you're at a local track, as Stevenson spins, when you're at a local racetrack, to see these stocker classes have a great car count, to me is saying that we have a healthy racetrack. Because these are the bones of a short stride.
Well, it's like we learned about as Sly is going through the final two corners. I'll come back to this topic here. Checkered flag flies for the 74.
As Sly takes the victory, Brown, Weeks, Simmental, and Stevenson.
You and I used to race in a class like this at an asphalt track out in Irwindale Speedway.
Yep.
And, we actually saw the eventual collapse of that division, which, that's an ebb and flow of a lot of racetracks where sometimes you'll see divisions come and go. But we also, when we were doing it, that was, around 2008 was when we were in it. And obviously the economy went through everything it did during that time. And what we learned is a lot of times I feel like it's an easy assumption to think that the higher divisions will get hurt first. They have the most money going into them, so any amount of money you might be losing might be where you start losing divisions, losing those cars. However, what we actually saw was it's these drivers, these divisions that are usually the ones that are already scraping everything they have left to get on track. Not in every case. A lot of people appreciate this class just because, hey, it's fun to drive, and, I don't need to be in a super fast modified. Like, I feel like if I had – I need to word this properly. Not the money, but more the time. You and I just lack the time.
Yeah.
If we had the time to be race car drivers as opposed to doing the broadcasting.
Sorry, I'm watching a spectator, unfortunately, have to abandon a chair.
Oh, man.
Hey, you hate to see
devastation.
I didn't mean to get into your...
No, it's okay. But it's, I was going to say, like, this would be a class I would love to drive.
Oh, yeah.
If I had $1 million, this would probably be the one I would love to drive.
Well, you just get 500 of them.
Like, these just look so much fun. But outside of that, the lower classes are also where you will find the people that they want to race and they will do everything they can to do it. But at times, economically, sometimes you just don't have the money to put into a car or to keep the car.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw happen with some divisions. So, like you said, to your point, seeing a division like this be able to do as well as it's doing is not only a good sign for the current status of where the drivers and track are, but also for the future.
Yep. And for me, honestly, it's just like any other sportsman type racing all over the country or the world even. These classes right here, the bones of your racing program, these classes are the ones paying the purse for the top classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This full field is part of a good reason why the modifieds or whatever class that particular night are running for an added bonus.
Getting ready for heat race number 2 of the American Stocks. It is Rustine Wallace, the 1X.
Still rusting, by the way.
That is Colby Ward. Starting on the pole, 79 of Ryan Barnes, 59M of Robert Reed, 23 of Hayden Morrison, who's not on track, 58T, Troy Thomas Jr., and the 74M of Miranda Scott. And we're door slamming. So this is the second heat race and the second heat race where we don't have a car that made it on track. So Hayden Morrison not here. And we are nearly 3 wide for the lead. Rustine Wallace.
We got them all changing lanes.
59M is Dukes of Hazzard, baby. Trunk opening up. So that was Robert Mead going for that ride.
It's windy now.
Yeah, you're going to hear the wind pick up as the night goes on. Again, the weather planned it out perfectly for a Saturday night because we're all going to be getting home just about the time that this hurricane's supposed to be hitting.
And honestly, that's all we ask.
Yeah.
If you're going to have weather, make sure it doesn't impact
Sunday
race day.
through Friday.
Yep.
Go for it. Ward holding off Miranda Scott. A little smoke coming out of Barnes. We saw that, like you mentioned, a few weeks ago when we were here as the announcers of the track. They very quickly relocated us back to the roof. They realized what they had done. Bump draft.
Yeah, on the bumper.
Although we did have a lot of fun with that.
We
Doing
did.
some PA work here, Bakersfield. More bump draft. I think these two are realizing that if they tandem, they're more likely to pull away from the rest of the field.
It happened in the late 2000s. Or You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Miranda Scott to the inside of Colby Ward. Battle for the lead, lap number 5. 3 laps to go. Give it to Scott for now.
Oh, but here comes Ward.
A very competitive heat race here for the American stocks.
What's the 79 doing? Smoking.
Smoking.
White flag, final lap. It's Miranda's to lose. Opens up a good 2-3 car length lead.
Troy Thomas has been hanging just in the shadow of this battle. As for the final time in this heat race, the 74M Miranda Scott will come to the checkered flag and take the victory in heat race number 2. Colby Ward second, the 58T of Troy Thomas Jr. third, 79 of Barnes, and the 59M of Robert Mead.
What? Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Unbelievable.
I was going to give props to Mead for not really losing too much time after spinning.
You done?
I'm done now. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so the 23 of Hayden Morrison not here for the heat race. We kind of understood why our previous entry maybe wasn't here. Maybe you're working on the damage on the SportMod. But maybe some concern there for the 23 camp. Because I don't think I recall seeing anything in the hot laps.
No, not at all.
That would have indicated any issue. It was Andrew Johnston that missed heat race number 1. So heat race number 3, the question is, who do you think is going to miss it?
Hopefully everybody makes it. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are you watching the test here going on?
We are, yeah. The rollers, they make sure that if a car drives away on those rollers, then we've got an illegal race car.
They don't want them locked.
And we're good. Everybody drives away as they are intended to. All right, Hobby. American Stock Heat number 3 on the racetrack. One day we're going to get wireless headsets, and we don't have to dance. But anything that's wireless can cause problems, okay?
I'm already excited. I am already excited. Ever since I was a kid.
We have a full field.
I love that. But
I'm saying in this heat race.
Oh, a 0. A 00. Those were my favorite number. 00 is my favorite number, okay? But 0 I would always accept as a substitute.
Yeah.
I just love that number on a car. I remember McDonald's actually had a die-cast car that they made back in the day that was 0.5.
Yeah.
That was a pretty nifty number. But, Tommy, who's in this 0? That's what I find interesting.
Well, here we go. The number 55 of Kagan, hang on, I got to remember, it's Kagan Head in the 55. The 29 of Trenton Miller, the 0 car, driven by Ricky Childress Jr. And the 4 of Will Simcoe with a 0-1 of Ethan Johnson.
So that's a driver behind the wheel of that 0. That is this a new car?
Something. It's either new body, new look, or something. But Ricky, he's going to jump in and take the 0-4 ride here tonight as Kagan and Trenton bring the field to green. I think Kagan told the officials how to tell us how to properly say it. So this is the info we have. It's read as Keegan, but it is only 1 E compared to 2. So they might be right. Trenton Miller, your leader. Kagan and Childress duking it out for the 2nd spot. Kagan going to make a run into 3. Look out through the wall there, though.
And the camera. Camera's still there for those keeping track.
Childress up high. Now Simcoe down the low side. Will Simcoe started in the 4th position. Thanks to his pit strategy, has driven his way up to 4th, or 2nd, I should say.
Strategery.
elected not to pit at the stage break, and so he's going to pick up the second highest points in this heat. If you think I'm talking seriously, you're wrong. Battle is for third. Reminder this weekend, there is no stage cautions at Bakersfield Speedway. Simcoe trying to make the most of it, going for the lead. He's in the second spot. He's running the low side. Miller, though, making it work up high. Looks like we've just about got an equal racetrack at times. Because there's that momentum. Simcoe going to shut the door. Well, Childress back to fourth. Kagan up to third. And the not big mover of this race was the 0-1 of Ethan Johnson.
That car's clipped the wall a couple times.
Oh my goodness, look out. Hillary has arrived in the form of a pop.
I heard that. I felt that.
The number 4 of Will Simcoe going to come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag for heat number 3 in the American stocks. Miller, Head, Childress, and Johnson.
Kagan
indeed. Keegan is typically spelled with 2 E's.
It is.
So maybe we just were screwed up from the start.
Since birth?
Do you think that was Hillary giving us a warning shot? Or do you think someone just lit off the throttle and their car backfired? I think it was Hillary.
I think it was Hillary.
This is going to be one of those interesting things. Like, we're going to look back in time and think, what the hell does Hillary have anything to do with Bakersfield Speedway? And then realize that we are in the midst, we are at the beginnings of a historic event. I feel like that's just Bakersfield tradition, though. Because the last historic event happened in 2020, and we were at the front of it.
You're right.
In Bakersfield.
You're right. We not at this track.
Not here.
But we were over across town at Kern County Raceway Park and their dirt track. Ironically enough, that night we got attacked by bats.
Yeah. We didn't actually got bitten up or
not
anything.
not like in that way. I use attack loosely.
But we had a swarm of bats flying over us and by us and around us.
We realized that we're like there. It sounds like there's bats, and so we opted to not film from behind the area, but on top of it instead. And then at one point that night, all the bats just unleashed from under there, just flying out. And I was like, that would have been us.
Yeah.
By the way, we're keeping with the majority rules. There should be 5 cars on track. We only have 4.
What the heck?
Oh, what the heck? We're missing somebody. Starting on the pole, 12 of James E. Goff. L787 of Ronald Lookadoo. 68S of Sonny Simpkins. The 001 of Roger Holder. We are missing the 2cc of Carson Conway.
Oh, man.
Carson. Green flag. Final heat race for the American stocks. Lookadoo, Roger Holder, Goff.
Oh, the weird stack up there out of exit of the corner.
Goff had the lid off. But Roger Holder was bolder.
Hey.
As Lookadoo said, see you later. I love that Lookadoo was like, why would I put a number on this car if I could just put a gigantic L?
L. You know what car that is now. I mean, it's just so smart in a way of its own identity.
It almost looks like a Tetris piece.
Yeah. Sonny Simpkins in the 68S. Working the low side for a second. She picked up the most recent win here at Bakersfield Speedway 2 weeks ago. Looking to the inside of Holder, and we'll take it.
Jamesy Goff struggling in turn number 2 right now.
And Lookadoo going wide. This could open the door for Simpkins.
Can the Tetris piece hold off Sonny Simpkins?
I don't think that's working for Lookadoo. Now, Sonny's got Medusa riding along. Do you have a theme for that?
No.
White flag, final lap.
Can the Tetris piece find its place in victory lane, or will it always be Sonny in Bakersfield?
Here we go. Side by side to the line.
It's going to be a close one. Photo finish coming up to the checkered. Sonny Simpkins had the nose at the line. But according to the scoreboard, it was Lookadoo.
But what about Egoff? Yeah. So hang on. Scoreboard shows differently from what we saw at the line. But transponders?
I don't think this music's copyrighted.
We'll find out. But transponders will tell the tale.
I'm going to laugh when this portion of the video is muted.
Yeah.
And coming up, your winner. See,
well,
now the scoreboard says it's still the 87, but Sonny is the one who's getting teched. That tells me Sonny is your winner. Now well, I don't know. Now Lookadoo came back out.
Oh, we got a
rivalry.
Yeah.
Fight in the now.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Now, Tommy, help us all understand to your understanding.
Yeah.
We saw Sonny's front end cross the line first.
Yeah.
Is it based off of the front end, or is it based off of the transponder?
You know, I don't know where the transponder per the rule book is located on these cars, but at that moment, it still shouldn't matter because they all should be located at the same spot per all the
Correct.
per all the cars. So the measurements still stay the same. What I think happened is that Lookadoo took his transponder off and threw it out of his front windshield at the time crossing the line.
Classic move. If you haven't done it, you haven't tried. And maybe they just said you both win.
You know what I think we ought to do is just have them have a duel.
There's somebody somewhere, I don't know if it's at the track or outside of the track, has one of those green lasers. Because they were just shining it on the hill in the background. And I might get confused if the green flag is out.
Oh, I saw Tom Mock, track photographer, taking photos earlier in the day of heat racing, and I saw that flash, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And then I realized it was just him taking photos.
Oh, you thought it was lightning?
Yeah. I sure did. I was getting flashes of Colorado National.
Well, that leaves us with one more division with heat races. This is going to be the IMCA Modifieds. Unless, let's see here. Lineups. Let's see what we got.
Well, we got Lookadoo rolling on the rollers.
Wait, remind me. Lookadoo rolled away?
And Lookadoo is on the rollers, it looks like.
They both were on the rollers. Did you say he drove off?
Do you have the scoring up? Like
Sure.
the actual.
Sure.
It might have cleared out though.
It did not.
But it
says Lookadoo by 0.006 of a second.
And it looks like they're discussing. They're holding a cartoon court down there.
But, I mean, to be fair, again, it just depends on it depends on how this track, what the call is here, right?
Yeah, I mean, technically, you can even go as far back to, okay, we don't have the video system replays like you see at, professional sports, right?
Yeah.
But where is the scoring loop? Was there a possible 6 1,000ths of a second change at some point between where's the timing line, where's everything. But let's be honest here. A win is a win, and that's important, but it's still just a heat race.
All right.
But a win is a win.
Those are fighting words.
Hey,
how dare you?
If I'm a
you
driver,
made such a big deal out of now blanked. Don't move. Levi Kiefer winning his heat race earlier.
Yeah.
And now you say, who cares? You know who said who cares? When they were trying to figure out who won at Daytona?
In 1959.
And they couldn't figure it out? What if they didn't care that day?
Well,
that one to me, I'm like, how was this confusing?
And like I said, if I'm a driver, I'm stating my case. I want to see every evidence of why. And as a fan, I'm just like, that was heat number 4.
No, I get you.
But that's why I'm up
like
here,
technically
and,
this heat's not going to affect how things move forward. I don't know. To my knowledge, I don't know if they give any bonus anything for a heat race victory.
I don't know either.
Maybe a high five, and that's a big deal. High
And
five.
whoever's going to get that high five is going to be well earned.
I'm cracking myself up.
We got modifieds.
All right, we're going to have 2 heat races for the modifieds. Finish up heat races here on this very strange August 19th.
Who would have thought we'd have a hurricane in August?
The Mike Moshier Classic. If you're going to have it on the Mike Moshier Classic.
Mike would appreciate the excitement in the sky and on the ground as we have IMCA modifieds going topless tonight for Mike Moshier Classic.
Woo-woo.
And Hot August Nights in Bakersfield. Buddy Shepard in the 22S will lead the field alongside the 17B of Tyler Blankenship. Trevor Fitz in the 28, the 51G of Gavin Manning, 17N of Steve Nolan, the 15B of Brad Pounds, and the 3 of Dylan Potter. And it looks to be Shepard leading lap number 1. So, last time we were here 2 weeks ago, it was the 28 of Fitz taking the victory, and Shepard now fighting off Fitz.
Yeah, Buddy's been picking it up in these modifieds on the dirt. Climbed himself into a top 5 finish last time, expressed how much fun he was having.
And
these cars.
These two are working the low side. Behind them is a battle coming. Blankenship and Manning battle for the lead, and in their mirrors, if they had them, is a battle for 3rd.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, but there's a wall there. Well, Fitz going to take the lead down the back straightaway from Shepard. And Manning's going to follow suit. Now Shepard, he's going to go to the high side, try to get that lead back. Manning and Blankenship falling back just a touch. To have Brad Pounds back with us. Last time he was here, he picked up the victory at the Richie McGowan Memorial. White flag, final lap.
You're right. Shepard got past. He is coming back on Fitz on this outside line.
Look at that run. He's got out of turn number 2.
Lost a little bit on exit, though.
Can he get that back in 3 and 4? Does not look like it. Trevor Fitz going to continue on that winning way. Shepard, Manning, Blankenship, Pounds, Potter, and Nolan. That was a fast heat race.
Yes, it was.
Took all of 2.5 minutes.
Now, who do you think won that one?
Probably Manning.
Good job. we'll have to resort to the video just to see. All right, final heat race coming on out. It will be heat race 2 for the IMCA mods. And
If you're good at typos, these are called model fields or modifiers. I've seen both.
we've seen them.
IMCA modifiers.
Starting on the pole in this race, the 3AC of Austin Kiefer. The 2 position, also known as second place,
2 position.
will be the 61 of Dalton Houghton. Starting in third, the 51B of Brian Clark. Fourth place, the 15F of Marcus Frazier. And then rounding out the field, the 10N of Rob Sanders and the 34 of Austin Gant. So 12 IMCA modifieds here tonight. But that first heat race showed we got some competition here. So what will heat race number 2 show?
Out and up high. And Sanders down low.
You know, whenever we drive home from Bakersfield, we drive by, what is it, Houghton Avenue?
Yeah.
And I always am like, is that where this guy lives?
I just appreciate that we've seen Houghton family racing figure eights at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds. And now they're racing here in front of us at Bakersfield Speedway.
Yeah. Battle for third. Houghton working a little bit higher line. Sanders is the one trying to make something happen, but right now everyone's committed to the inside line. Sanders is going to go lower into turn 3, but still can't quite get there.
Also want to point out, since I'm on somewhat of a topic, Houghton, I don't know if they're going to be competing, but end of September, we go back to motorsports at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds.
Looking forward to that, as we do every year.
All right. Keeper has not slowed down for anyone, which is the point. That's the point of being a race car driver, is to not slow down. Battle is for third.
White flag is in the air for the 3AC of Austin Kiefer.
Okay.
Battle for third will be the one to watch here coming to the checkered. It will be Austin Kiefer taking the checkered over Clark, Houghton, Sanders, Frazier, and Gant.
Oh, good job for Kiefer. And I think that was it. Is that all our heat races? Done and dusted, as they say?
Done and dusted. So for those that do watch the heat races on delay on our YouTube channel, want to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And a reminder, lowbudget.tv, you can watch these all live with us. What are you pointing at?
Lightning in the background.
You did
folks.
not.
Back there.
No.
Back there.
No, don't look back there.
So, yeah, if you're on...
There's no thunder in the trunk.
If you're watching live online, Low Budget TV is the website. We've got main events coming up. And if you're on YouTube, hey, it was good having you for the heats. Check out our live stream sometimes. We'll see you later.